Here we are in September, and I cannot believe that it's almost time to start planting wheat. Now, what are some of the things that producers need to be thinking about as we do move into wheat planting season?
Yeah, I can't believe either. I mean, it has gone so fast.
Right.
Yeah, so one of the things that maybe producers should keep in mind is to get some soil tests, to get those results and use that to base their information, to know what the plant nutrient available are in their cropland, and avoid maybe under fertilization, over fertilization, and reduce money with input costs.
It's so tempting right now. I mean, parts of the state have seen the moisture. It's starting to cool off, relatively speaking, and those producers are kind of thinking about, maybe it's time to go ahead and start planting the early varieties. What's your advice for those producers that do see this as maybe a potential opportunity?
Yeah, I would say maybe not rush out, just wait a little bit. So I've been looking at the Mesonet soil temperature, and we are still relatively warm. Soils are still warm, and we know that some varieties, they have a sensitivity to germination in hot soils. So yeah, just be aware of that. Our previous research has shown that mid-September is a good time for producers to plant dual purpose wheat. So that's a good timing. It's generally speaking, so between September 10th, September 20th, for grain only, maybe 2-3 weeks after that. So let's say mid-October, it's a good timing. So I think those are good things to keep in mind, that some varieties are sensitive to germination in hot soils, and in planting too early may reduce crop establishment and fall forage production.
One of the big issues producers may have had in the past seasons would be that volunteer wheat as they move into the season. What are some things that producers should do with that?
Yeah, so we haven't seen many issues this year with volunteer wheat because it's been really dry.
Right.
But for people that are seeing, it's a good practice to control it, to go ahead and control it. So volunteer wheat can be controlled with herbicide, with tillage. And the biggest issue with that, volunteer wheat can host the wheat chromites that transmit wheat viruses, diseases. So it's a good idea to go ahead and control if you're seeing it, and just keep in mind that volunteer wheat needs to be dead for about 2 weeks before planting. Some varieties have resistance to wheat streak mosaic, wheat chromites, but it's very limited. So we don't have many varieties with resistance to that. So it's a good idea to go ahead and control it, because some varieties that have resistance, they are limited to certain areas. I think most of them are in the panhandle. Okay. So it's a good practice to go ahead and control it, not only for your field, but also for your neighbor's field.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Amanda Silva, small grain specialist here at Oklahoma State University. And for a link to that, you can go to our website, sunup.okstate.edu.